Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we're back with another totally blind head-to-head where we react to the pour and the price before we find out what we're drinking.
If it's available, is it worth the money?
If it's hard to find, is it worth the hype and the hunt?
Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
We are not professional whiskey tasters, but we will randomly select one of these matchups to taste totally blind so that you get our completely honest opinion, separate and apart from any hype or labels or anything like that. And in the end, what we'll do is we'll give each pour a real-world score based on the blind tasting, the price and availability, and whether we would buy it again or not.
So if that sounds like your jam, then give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not so you don't miss our videos.
Yep, we come out with these every Thursday, these blind head-to-heads, and they're a ton of fun. Also, check the video description below for a link to our Patreon community over there, because we do 2 additional videos every week, uncut, bonus content that you can get your hands on. You can also get access to a database of all of our scores from past blind head-to-heads over there as well. And you can even get involved with the community and join in on blind flight nights where you will get a coordinated flight. We'll all hop on a private live stream and do that together. So tons of fun stuff down there. Check it out in the video description below. All right, let's run our randomizer and see which one of these 18 pairs we are tasting today.
Number 4.
Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get these poured and we'll be right back with our first impressions on glass 1. All right, let's get into glass 1. Cheers.
Smells like bourbon. I don't get a lot. I get just like alcohol, sweetness, woodiness, whiskey.
Alcohol, sweet, woody whiskey.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what I get.
Yeah, I think what I'm getting the most from this glass is just like peanut butter and oak. I don't know if I'm getting like
peanut butter.
Well, I feel like nuttiness is a blind spot in my tasting palate, and I want to get nuttiness. I want to get nuttiness like you want to get banana, and I want it so bad that I think it's in this glass.
I mean, you could probably convince me.
I think this glass is nutty.
You're nutty. That's what I know.
I might be nutty thinking this glass is nutty. Let's get into the palate.
All right. It's good. It's pretty like steady as she goes. I'm not getting a lot of specific flavors personally, so I'm just thinking like experience-wise, it's like pretty just good. This means good.
Yeah, there you go.
Like just solid.
Yeah, I think it is nutty. I think it kind of comes in with like it's a really good balance of like nuttiness, like a peanuttiness, and then barrel spice, and I don't know where one ends and the other begins. It just kind of all mingles together.
I'm getting more almond than peanut.
I'll see your almond. I'm gonna take another sip before I co-sign that completely.
Okay. I feel like peanut has such a distinct flavor and I'm not getting like that. But it's a little more mild nuttiness. Whatever
nuttiness is there, it hits. And then the oak just kind of comes in right on the back end. And I'm even getting some chocolate now. Like, it's reminding me of a candy bar. Like a chocolate, nutty...
Snickers?
No, not quite Snickers.
There's no nougat?
It's more nutty than that. Like, our paydays are more nutty than Snickers.
I don't know. This tastes high proof, though. Like, it feels high proof.
It's coming through with some proof. Yeah. That's for sure.
I'm not mad at it.
I don't try to think about what it is, what we're drinking at all. I don't try to figure it out. We got so many matchups in our blind sample pool that there's no telling what it could be. But it's coming through with a lot of proof.
Yeah.
Kind of like a payday candy bar in a glass. Let's get in the glass too. This is wildly different.
Yeah.
Wildly different.
But what is it though? It's different, but how?
I'm so happy this matchup is happening right now.
I'm getting like nail polish.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Gosh, my throat is like burning from the last one.
Can I tell you what I'm getting? Okay, so glass 1 we've established nuttiness for me, right? And I said that was my blind spot, and I want to get it so bad that I'm feeling like I'm getting it in glass 1.
Are you getting nuttiness from this one?
You know what I'm getting in glass 2? Banana.
Green banana.
Yeah, like a green banana.
Green banana. I can see that because I bought some green bananas today for
Look
you
at
the grocery store.
Getting banana.
I'm getting banana smell.
Let's see if it carries over to the palate.
All right. Oh, no, it's different. It's like I've said this before, and I don't know which one it was. It tastes like a Kirkland's craft store.
Interesting.
Like, it's not a fruitiness.
Oh, it's a fruitiness.
It's a fruitiness, but it's not candy fruity. It's
Correct.
like when you walk into a Michael's craft store or a Kirkland's craft store, like maybe a eucalyptus-y sweet smell. I don't know. It's kind of cool, though.
I kind of know what you mean. I need to go in for another sip before I speak much to what's going on in this glass, because I was getting a banana sweetness on the nose.
Yeah.
But then on the palate, it really threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
So one more sip.
It definitely tastes different than it smells.
Okay, on sip 2, the banana's back. It took me so off guard on the first sip, especially in juxtaposition to glass 1. But sip 2, the banana's back, but it's only just right up front. And then the caramel and the oak spice take over. And these both are sipping like they're quite high proof.
Glass 2 is making my lips tingle, and so I'm trying to like keep it together.
Yeah, man, these are very interesting compared back to back. This is a fascinating matchup.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see how we call it. They're both, to me, really good.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need to spend some time with them to figure out what's going on. Again, these are just our first impressions, but we'll be back. I've determined that I have a real problem with be back because I try to rush it and it comes out back. So we will be back.
We will be.
With our full thoughts on the taste of both of these glasses after we clear our palates and take some time to compare them properly.
Because Backstreet's back. All right.
All right. After spending some time with both of these pours, where are you at? Let's start with glass 1.
Okay. So, glass 1 was very enjoyable. Across the board, thumbs up on nose, thumbs up on flavor, thumbs up on experience. I had really no notes. It was like a classic bourbon flavor profile, nose profile, experience profile. Like what I expected, I got, and I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah. For me, glass 1, thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on flavor, 2 thumbs up on experience.
Oh, dang.
So
Gina?
On the nose, I put honey, pralines, and that's my bougie nosing note.
Pralines. When have you ever eaten pralines?
At downtown Nashville, in that Butler's Run, the little thing, they had pralines.
When did we go there?
I went there.
This was not with me.
When I delivered downtown.
Oh,
That's down there. Yeah.
This
So
was before me.
I know pralines. I know my pralines when I smell them.
Well,
and this glass is
all right.
honey, pralines, salted caramel,
Fancy boy.
chocolate, and toffee. It's all that wrapped up into one on the nose.
Okay.
And then all that stuff carries over to the palate. And I said that it was nutty oaky bliss. And it's my notes, nutty oaky bliss. And
Yeah, you did.
I did.
That.
And, you know, it just wasn't, it was missing some of the fruit elements to really push it into the 2 thumbs up territory, but I really enjoyed it.
But some people might not like fruitiness.
Right. And if you don't like fruitiness in your bourbon, then this is probably going to be your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And then in the experience, 2 thumbs up. I said it swells up with flavor.
Mhm.
I mean, almost immediately. And then that sustains. It swells and sustains. And then it has a
Like
sweet
a symphony.
Yeah, and it has like a sweet oak and like a nice long finish. It's a beautiful glass 1.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I agree.
Let's get into glass 2. Where are you at?
So for me, glass 2 gets the same thumbs up on nose, thumbs up on flavor, thumbs up on experience.
Yep.
It was very good. It was different. It was so for me, the flavor, the Kirkland's craft store that I get, I think it's a floralness that
Yeah, that makes sense.
I enjoyed. It's probably out of the 2, I preferred glass 1 because the floralness I would kind of have to be in the mood for. But that being said, it was very good and very well-rounded. Both of these were great. Like I'm interested to find out what they are. And normally I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I'm really curious. What about you?
For me, glass 2 gets a thumbs up on the nose, thumbs up on flavor, thumbs up on experience. On the nose, I said banana brown sugar, vanilla ice cream, and oak. And I think that Kirkland smell that you're getting, I think that's the combo of the banana brown sugar and vanilla ice cream.
For me, I clarified it as floralness.
Yeah, but it's coming together in what seems like a little bit of like a really like sweet, rich, dense floral note. And I didn't think floral at all until you just said that, but that's how it's coming across to me. On the palate, all that, the banana, the brown sugar, the vanilla ice cream, and the oak carry over, but the oak goes a little bit dry. And then on the experience, again, great finish, but the drying aspect continues. And honestly, to me, that's what marked Glass 2 down a little bit compared to Glass 1, because Glass 2 to me is more of a mood pour. Like when I want that fruity, vanilla-y type of deal. And then Glass 1 is more of like a standard bourbon profile, if not pushing into nutty territory. But it's so good.
Yeah, I agree. So even though my glasses scored the same, I have a preference for Glass 1 as well, because Glass 2 is more of like, I need to be in the mood for what I called floralness. That being said, they're both amazing, but Glass 1 is a little more everyday approachable.
Yeah, I want to have both of these.
Yeah, I'd be fine with either of them. I hope they're good prices, you guys.
Both better be available, and they both better be a good price. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
All right, let's find out how much these cost before we find out what we've been drinking. So we both had a preference for Glass 1.
We did.
So these are Glass 1, number 16 in our key, and Glass 2, number 15 in our key. So let's find out number 15 first in our key.
Dang, Gina.
Number 15
is $90.
No way.
Yes way.
I mean, for the voluminous experience that you're getting, I'm not mad at it. But
I'm not mad at it.
I always wish it was cheaper.
That's way more than I wanted it to be. But
it drink to be honest, I think to me it drinks like a $90 pour. Glass 1, number 16.
$70?
$70.
So still kind of more for me on my high end, but let's see. Can I click and see what they are?
I'm happy with both of these. Let's find out Glass 2 first. Glass number 15 in our key.
Old Forester Barrel Strength Bourbon. These are both high proof.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. 128.1 proof is what Old Forester is.
Okay, so it smelled like 1920 to me, but way amped up. Oh,
These are both super high proof. Can I tell you what the other one is?
What in the world is Glass 16?
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C920. 132.8 proof. So hold on. Stop. Cut here. I have to tell you that these, while I could tell that they were high proof, they were very balanced. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. Because for me, if a high proof pour like attacks me and beats me up, I'm not into it. But these were both very approachable, balanced, high proof pours. They're high proof. Don't get me wrong. They're not an easy sipper. They're not for the whiskey newbie. But they are both very balanced.
Man, this matchup, this was one of the first matchups we put into our blind sample pool. Yeah. And it's taken till now to come up. Like, we're almost a year into doing the channel. That's the beauty of our blind sample pools. We put stuff in, then we forget what we put in.
Yeah. So that's why we do this, because it's the blind sample pool is so large.
Yeah.
So we don't think about what's in it.
Oh my goodness. So I'm so lost. C920 Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is one of my favorite batches by far. And then this Old Forester Barrel Strength has beat George T. Stagg for me in multiple blinds. It's the experience is just so overwhelmingly sweet.
How much is George T. Stagg?
$100. If you get it at retail, but on secondary,
comparable retail
1,000 or plus.
Comparable retail prices.
Secondary on both of these, $100, $150.
I want
secondary on George T. Stagg, $1,000.
I want retail. I'm not buying secondary. I'm not bothering with that mess.
You saw the retail.
I know, but so the retail on George T. Stagg is about $10 more than the retail on Old Forester.
I'd say that's validated.
Okay.
That's validated.
Okay.
Because George T. Stagg is more well crafted and less rowdy. This isn't a George T. Stagg video, but these are both a little rowdy. They're both a little bit like pushing into a specific lane.
They are, but they're also kind of together.
Man, like they're so good.
They have their stuff together while at the same time being a little rebellious.
They're like the bad boy with the leather jacket, but like they also like they're not in too much debt.
kind of like me. I have a leather jacket and I also have no debt. So
There you go.
There you go. These are me.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you like them so much.
That's why I like them.
Yeah, these are fantastic. These are 2 bottles that we've been sitting on to like the very last end, and they've become special occasion bottles because we're down to the last quarter of the bottle. They're great. I mean,
I like them both. They're both kind of a little
Yeah.
bit out of my price point, personally speaking. However, that being said, they're not crazy expensive
Yeah.
in the land of expensiveness.
Yeah. Let's get into our real world metrics.
Okay.
Our retail, which is the price and availability, and our consumer, which is as consumers, whether we would buy it again or not.
Okay. So what's the availability of both of these? Because why don't you tell me that?
C920 is a one-time release and it's gone. It's to be done with. But Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is a 3 times a year release, and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has also started coming out with a single barrel store pick offering, and you can even go to the distillery and bottle your own, which is what I hope to do for my birthday. Wink, wink.
We've talked about this. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So
but you just have to plan it.
That's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. As far as Old Forester barrel strength, in our market, if you know that it's dropping on a specific day and you can get there on that day within 6 hours, you can get one probably.
Okay.
At the time of this recording.
So it's not super convenient to get.
Honestly, neither one of these. They've both become difficult to get, but not impossible. Like George T. Stagg, we mentioned George T. Stagg. That's almost impossible to get without a lottery win or something like that. These are gettable, but very, very, very difficult.
Okay.
Okay, with that said, let's get into it. Retail on Glass 1, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This speaking specifically C920, where are you at?
Well, I did prefer it. I did like it. It gets a thumbs up. I personally don't love spending more than $50 or $60. However, it's really good. I did enjoy it. It would not be a waste of my money if I were to get it at retail.
Okay.
So.
And then would you buy it again or not if you ran up upon this and it was, I forget even what we said, but like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in our market now.
I think it was 70?
I think it was 70. And now Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has gone up to $80 in our market. So
Okay.
70 or 80 bucks. What do you think?
I gave it a thumbs up. I would if I had the money. I wouldn't hurt myself financially, budget-wise, if I didn't have the money. But if I had the money to get it at retail, yes, I would. I liked it. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a thumbs up.
For me, I'm going to give Elijah Craig Barrel Proof a just okay on the retail score. It's only because in our market it has become so sought after and people just buy it up and they resell it on the secondary market. So it's just okay for me. But would I buy it again or not? Thumbs up on the consumer score. Yeah. I like it. I'm always going to buy Elijah Craig Barrel Proof if I can get my hands on it. That's just a fact of the matter. It's not my favorite pour like some people, but I really do enjoy it. Let's move on to Glass 2.
Okay.
Old Forester Barrel Strength Bourbon. Where are you at on retail score?
I didn't love the $90 price tag, so I gave it a just okay.
Yeah.
However, on my consumer score, would I buy it again or not? Probably. I gave it a thumbs up.
Wow. Okay.
It again, like I said, I have to be kind of in the mood for that floralness. But that being said, it was very good, and it was very good. It did well at what it was.
Yeah. Very interesting. So to me, I'm going to give Old Forester Barrel Strength a just okay on retail score because it hits our market. If you can get there that day, you can get your hands on it. But sometimes that can be difficult depending on your life, your other like obligations. I mean, it's just whiskey, so don't shirk your everyday life obligations for a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
Honestly, I told you this off camera, but to me, this sipped a lot like Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof. I even wrote it on the back of the sheet. I said Glass 2 I thought was Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, but as far as I knew, that bottle was long gone from our blind sample pool. So
do we have any more of that? Can we put?
No, we need to buy another one.
Can we get it and put it in a blind sample with some of this?
No, we don't have much of this left.
Do we have enough to put it in a sample?
No. It's allocated for something else.
Okay.
Coming up on our May live stream for my birthday.
Okay. That being said, let it be noted that I would like to put glass 2 in a blind sample with Jack Daniel's single barrel barrel.
The banana, the oak, the drying aspect, like that's all stuff that I think about when I think about Jack Daniel's single barrel barrel proof, and that's what I get on this as well.
Okay.
But it's super enjoyable. It's very much kind of a mood pour. We kind of we lost the plot. Consumer score, would I buy this again or not? Thumbs up. Now, this is fascinating because to me, this glass has scored 2 thumbs up. I think in previous blinds, it's scored 2 thumbs up across the board for me, except in retail. So it's one of the highest scoring pours for me. And tonight, it didn't strike me like that.
Yeah.
It struck me as very, very good, but it wasn't like completely blowing me away.
I would say both of these are good.
Yeah.
So if you could only get one, you'd be fine either way.
Yeah, let's be honest. They're good to very good, but they're not like blowing our hair back so much that we're pushing them into absolutely exceptional territory right off the bat.
Like if they're not in your price range, then that's fine.
Or if you don't want to hunt them, then that's fine.
I would not hunt them, even though I really like them.
Hey,
I would not hunt them.
Full disclosure, I was blown away by this comparison because I thought this was a Knob Creek 120 proof store pick versus a Jack Daniel's single barrel, and I know that I didn't put that in our blind sample pool. I couldn't think of anything else, and I try not to think about what we're drinking, but that's what I thought this was.
Wonder if those are good dupes.
I think so.
We should try it.
I mean, if you can't get either one of these in your market, just get a Knob Creek 120 proof single barrel or a Jack Daniel's single barrel rare proof.
We get our real world scores by adding up the thumbs you see on the screen.
It is a 10-point scoring system, but this ain't your grandma's 10-point scoring system.
Nope, it's more like a bell curve.
Exactly. We found that when you taste stuff totally blind, that most stuff tends to fall in that middle range, you know?
4, 5, 6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, you think thumbs up across the board, it's like, that's 5 points if you're adding up thumbs. So what we're looking for is the outliers, the stuff that scores above and beyond in certain categories that really impresses us when we're tasting blind. With that said, let's get into our real world scores for glass 1. Elijah Craig barrel proof, specifically batch C920, which was one of the better batches in recent years. Where are you at?
So for me, it gets a 5 out of 10. And while that is good, that is strongly in the middle, it almost hurts me because the price and the lack of availability kind of hinders it. But that's the real world. I mean, that's the world we live in. So that's why we do this. It's not like we don't live in a fantasy world. So 5 out of 10. It's a solid pour.
For me, Elijah Craig barrel proof gets a 5.5 out of 10. That's C920, but I feel like that's, honestly, I feel like that's kind of low for all the batches. I tend to like Elijah Craig barrel proof a little bit more than that. With that said, let's get into glass 2.
Okay.
Old Forester single barrel strength. Where are you at?
So, while I did like it, it gets a 4 out of 5, or 4.5 out of 10. So a little bit less than the Elijah Craig. Only because it was a little more specific and like floral, and you kind of have to be in the mood for it. And then the price was a little higher, which plays a factor for me.
Yeah. For me, it gets a 4.5 out of 10, which I'm stunned to say because I think this glass in previous blind head-to-heads has gotten much higher. But yeah, I mean, I'm stunned. Tonight, it hit me with more banana than it usually does.
Okay.
And I think that hampered it a little bit because that heavy banana note makes it more of a mood pour for me versus like something that I would dip into on an everyday basis.
Like a regular basis, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, these are both great. If I see a bottle of either one, I'm buying them.
I agree. They're both very good. Even though they're a little bit personally out of my price comfort, they're both very good. So if you like them and you have the money to spend, I wouldn't hesitate to buy them. Yeah.
And we're dipping our toes a little bit into who these are for.
Let's get into it.
So let's get into that right now. So if you like high proof pours, I mean, and you see either one of these, just buy them. Just buy them because every Elijah Craig batch is going to be different. Every Old Forester single barrel is going to be different.
And are they all kind of probably pretty balanced though, even though they're different?
I would say the Elijah Craig batches tend to come across as mostly balanced, if not nutty.
Okay.
Like leaning towards the nutty side, which this is one of the more balanced batches. Less dry, less nutty.
Okay.
compared to like something like A121, the subsequent batch to this, which was more nutty, more dry. Whereas like the Old Forester single barrels, some of those bourbon picks can come across really hot. People say they drink like lava.
Oh, interesting.
And they can't even add enough water or ice to tame it down.
Interesting.
I've had a handful of them. I've never had a bad one. I've loved every single one of them. But you got to be in that mood for that high proof pour.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I think tonight these may have scored higher for both of us had we been in the mood, or at least I had been in the mood. I don't want to speak for you, but for me, if I had been in the mood for higher proof, both of these may have scored a little bit, 1 or 2 more points higher. But they're both really good, and I'm going to buy either one if I see it. Great pours all around. This was a fun head-to-head. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for this week.
Yeah.
Can you thank the people for watching?
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
We do. We really do. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next week.
Cheers.
Cut there. While I'm making a face while you're saying that.
Backstreet's back.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wow. Hey. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Renting a 4-bedroom house, and so there were 10 people living in a 4-bedroom house, so I did have to share a room with my 6-year-old sister when I was 16, and it was my bedroom, my bed, so it was a queen-size bed. Me and Laura shared a room, and I remember she was 6 years old. I'm 16.
You mean Laura?
No, Laura. Fight me on this.
I said Laura.
It's Laura.
L-A-U. Laura.
Laura.
All right.
She was 6. I was 16. And I remember she came into my room and she goes, Erin, this is my room, your stuff. And I was like, kid, this is my room and my stuff. You just get to sleep here.
This ain't going into bloopers. Divide a family.
No, it's fine. She knows the story.
Okay.
This is a story. It's fine.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Our scores,
where are
bro.
We've only scored them? Oh,
Yeah.
man. We're way behind.
It's because you took
All right, here we go.
It's your fault.
You know what? It happens sometimes.
I love you, but it's your fault.
Hey, for the viewers, I want to be thorough.
For the viewers, Josh is an overthinker.
That's true.